Hello, my name is Sarah Larkin, and this video is going to cover division on the Cranmer abacus. To begin with, let's go over the prerequisites. The student must know the multiplication facts, just like when they were doing multiplication. They also need to be aware of the terms used in division, such as the dividend, divisor, quotient, and remainder. They still need to be able to set and read numbers on the abacus. And they should also demonstrate an understanding and proficiency in those rules for subtraction on the abacus. Because anytime we're doing division, we're also going to have to do subtraction. When you're setting up a division problem, the entire abacus is going to be used. Let's look at a division problem and talk about those terms. In 92 divided by 4 equals 23. The dividend is the 92, the divisor is the 4, and the quotient is the 23. In other words, the dividend divided by the divisor equals the quotient. So that dividend is going to go on the extreme right. The divisor is set on the extreme left. The quotient will end up between the two with any remainder left all the way to the right. There will actually be an empty rod in between the answer and the remainder. When you're dividing, much of it will look like it looks when you're doing longhand division. You're first going to see, does that divisor go into the first digit? If it does, you're going to write that answer down. Now that'll be written 2 rods or columns to the left of that first digit. If it doesn't go into the first digit, then you're going to move your right index finger over 1 column to the right and use those 2 digits together. So does that divisor go into that 2-digit number? If it does, move your right index finger 2 columns to the right or to the left and actually place that answer again. Just like you're used to doing, you're going to multiply that answer by the divisor and subtract that off of the dividend. Keep repeating that process just as you would for any student. So let's see this in action. Again, I've put this into 4 groups, A, B, C, and D, based on level of difficulty. Group A, we're going to set up 69 divided by 3. So 6 in the tens spot, 9 in the ones, and 3 all the way to the left. I'm going to go ahead and place my right index finger in the first digit of the dividend, where the 6 is. Does 3 go into 6? It does. It goes in there 2 times. So I'm going to move my right index finger 2 columns to the left. 1, 2, and place that 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So we're going to subtract off, remember that 2-digit answer, 0, 6. Now there's nothing left in that column, so we'll go to the next column. Does 3 go into 9? And it does 3 times. So we're going to move over 2 columns to the left, place that answer at 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so we're going to subtract off that 0, 9. Okay, let's try the second problem. 40 divided by 4, 40 all the way on the right, 4 all the way to the left. Does 4 go into 4? Of course it does, 1 time. So we're going to move over 2 columns to the left and place that 1. 4 times 1 is 4. So we're going to subtract off 0, 4. Now those last 2 columns, by the way, remember is going to be for your remainder. So this is really a remainder of 0 on those last two rods. So my answer is actually 1, 0, remainder of 0. So 10 remainder of 0. Let's look at the third problem. 82 divided by 2. So we'll set 8 in the tens, 2 in the ones, and 2 as my divisor is going to go all the way to the left. Does 2 go into 8? It does 4 times. So we're going to move our right index finger over 2 columns to the left, place that 4. Now 2 times 4 is 8, so we're going to subtract off 0, 8. Now I'm just going to move that 5 bead and the 3 1 beads down. We'll just take some shortcuts there. By the time the student gets to division, they should be able to be making some of those shortcuts happen. Now 2 into 2 is going to go 1 time. Move my right index finger over 2 columns. Gives us 1. 2 times 1 is 2, so we're going to subtract off our 0, 2. Remember, those last 2 columns are the remainder. So we have 41, remainder 0. There's always going to be that empty column between the quotient and the remainder, so I just like to think of that as my R, or remainder, and then the last column will have the actual remainder in it. Okay, let's look at group B. 95 divided by 5. I'll set my 9 tens and 5 ones. 5 is my divisor all the way on the left. Now in group B, when we do our subtraction, we're actually going to have some beads left. So first of all, I take 5 into 9, goes 1 time. So we're going to move over 2 columns to the left and place that 1. 1 times 5 is 5. So we're going to subtract off that 0, 5, and I'm just going to move that 5 bead up. Now I have 4 left. 5 obviously won't go into 4, but I can use the next digit with that 4. So 4, 5, that's 45. 5 goes into 45 9 times. So from the 5 in 45, I'm going to move 2 columns to the left and place the 9. 5 times 9 is 45, so we'll subtract off our 40 and our 5, leaving us with an answer of 19, remainder 0. Let's do a 3-digit. 376, and I'm going to divide by 8. First, will 8 go into the 3? And it won't because it's too big. So now I'll use the next digit as well. Will 8 go into 37? And yes, it will. It'll go in there 4 times. So from the 7 in 37, I'm going to move over 2 columns to the left and place my answer of 4. 8 times 4 is 32. So we're going to subtract off the 30 and the 2. Now there's 5 left, but 8 won't go into 5. So I'll use the 5 together with the 6, with my right index finger on the 6. 8 goes into 56 7 times, so move 2 columns to the left and place that 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Subtract off our 50, 55, 56. Our answer is 47, remainder of 0. Let's do a 4-digit, clearing out the abacus. My dividend is 1,468. And I'm dividing by 2, so my 2 is going to go all the way down the left. Will 2 go into 1? No, it's too big. So I'm going to use the 1 with the 4. Does 2 go into 14? It goes in there 7 times. So from the 4 in 14, move over 2 columns to the left and set your 7. 2 times 7 is 14, so subtract off your 1 and your 4, that 2-digit number. The next digit I have is a 6. Will 2 go into 6? And it will, 3 times. So move over 2 columns and place that 3. 2 times 3 is 6, so subtract off 0, 6. Will 2 go into 8? It does, 4 times. So let's move over 2 columns and place the 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract off the 0, 5, 6, 7, 8. My answer then is 734, remainder of 0. Okay, problem's not too bad, are they? So let's move down to Group C. In Group C, we are going to have to use some of those rules of 5 and 0, where there's times where our other finger, our left hand index finger, is going to have to help a little bit. Let's go ahead and set 315 on the right, and we'll divide it by 7 on the left. First of all, does 7 go into 3? No, it's too big. Will 7 go into 31? And it will, 4 times. So from the 1 and 31, move over 2 columns and set that 4. 4 times 7 is 28. So we're going to clear 2, and then in the next column, we need to clear 8. This is where I'm going to have to help out a little bit. 1 down. Now there aren't any left, so I have to help out. 2 down as I return those 9. 3 down, 4 down, 5 down, 6 down, 7 up as I return below, and 8 down. Okay, now 7's not going to go into the 3, but 7 will go into 35, so my right index finger's on the 5. It'll go in there 5 times. Move 2 columns to the left and place that 5. 7 times 5 is 35. Subtract off the 35. My answer is 45. Remainder of 0. Okay, let's go ahead and do 810 divided by 6. 810. And I'm dividing by 6. So first I'm going to take 6 into the 8. It goes 1 time. Move over 2 columns and place that 1. 1 times 6 is 6, so we're going to subtract off 0. And then in the next column, 5, 6. 6 doesn't go into 2, but I can use 2 with the next column 1 to have 21. 6 goes into 21 3 times, so I'm going to move over 2 columns from the 1 and 21 to get 3. 6 times 3 is 18, that's 1, 8. So in the first column, I'm going to remove a 1. In the next column, I'm going to have to remove 8. I'm going to have to help out with this one. 1 down. In the previous column, second one down as I return the 9. Third one down. Fourth one down. Fifth one down. Sixth one down. 7 up. 8th one down. Now does 6 go into 3? No, it doesn't. But 6 goes into 30 how many times? 5 times. From the 0 in 30, I'm going to move over 2 columns and place that 5. 6 times 5 is 30, so I'll subtract off my 3, 0. Now I'm at the end of the abacus, so my answer here is 135, remainder of 0. Let's clear that out and do the third problem, a 4-digit. This 4-digit number is 2075. I'm going to divide this time by 5. So first, does 5 go into the 2? And it doesn't. It's too big. So I'm going to use 2 with the next column. 0 is 20. So 5 goes into 24 times. From the 0 and 20, move over 2 columns to the left and place that 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract off 2, 0. Okay, the next digit I have is a 7. 5 does go into 7. Goes in there 1 time, so I'll move over 2 columns and place the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, so I'll subtract off 0, 5. 5 doesn't go into 2, so I'll use that with the next digit, 5. 5 goes into 25 5 times. Move over 2 columns from that 5 and 25 and set my answer of 5. 5 times 5 is 25, so subtract off 25. My answer there is 415, remainder of 0. Okay, the final group, Group D, everything is still the same except that we're going to have some remainders this time. So we're going to start out with a 2-digit, 58, and we're going to divide by 3. So 3 goes into 5. 1 time, move over 2 columns and place that 1. 3 times 1 is 3, so I need to subtract off 3. I don't have any I can subtract off in the 1's beads, so we'll bring up the 5, 1 up as I return below it, continue counting, 2, 3. Now 3 is not going to go into 2, but 3 will go into 28. It's going to go in there 9 times. So move over 2 columns from the 8 and 28. 1, 2, and set that 9. 3 times 9 is 27. So I'm going to take away the 2, and then in the next column, 5, 6, 7. My answer, remember I've got this empty column between my answer and my remainder, so I have 19, remainder of 1. Looking at the second problem, a 3-digit, I have 439 divided by 7. First of all, will 7 go into 4? And it won't because it's too big. Will 7 go into 43? So my finger should be on the 3. It does. It goes in there 6 times. So from that 3, I'm going to move over 2 columns and set that 6. 6 times 7 is 42. So I'm going to subtract off 4, 2. 7 won't go into 1, but 7 will go into 19. And that'll go in there 2 times. So from the 9 and 19, move over 2 columns and set that 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Subtract off 1, 4. And my answer is 62, remainder of 5. One more problem to end the division. 4-digit number, 5,934. I'm going to divide by 8. So first I'm going to look to see, does 8 go into the 5? No, it's too big. So does 8 go into the 59? And my finger should be on the 9. It goes in there 7 times. So I'm going to move over 2 columns from that 9. That's going to where I'm going to place the 7. So 7 times 8 is 56. That means I'm going to subtract off the 5. And then in the next column, the 6. Does 8 go into 3? It does not. So look at the next digit, which is another 3. I should be at the second 3. Does 8 go into 33? Yes, it does. It goes in there 4 times. So I'm going to go 2 digits to the left and set that 4. 4 times 8 is 32. So we're going to subtract 3 and then 2. Now that 8 isn't going to go into the 1, but the 8 will go into the 14, and that'll just be 1 time. So from the 4 in 14, I'm going to move over 2 columns to the left and place that 1. 1 times 8 is 8. Now look carefully here. First column I'm going to subtract 0. Next column I'm going to subtract 8. So 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down, help out. 5 down as I return the 9 ones. 6 down, 7 down, 8 down. At this point, my answer is 741, remainder of 6. In the next video, we'll discuss a little more about some of the shortcuts you can take with adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. You saw some of the shortcuts here, but you will see more in the next video. We are not going to get into doing 2-digit or 3-digit divisors with division. Feel free to contact me if you would like a consult related to those.